so sorry. I had to brush my teeth. And I normally spend my day in sweats. And so I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna put a t-shirt on and fluff my hair. And how are you guys? Hi. Happy Saturday morning. Sorry that I'm late to hop on here. Come on in. I would love to hear from you. Comment below and tell me the one area of your home today that you want to declutter. One, just one. Tell me the one home area in your home that you're gonna focus on, because this is the hardest part about this, is that when you start and you're like, I'm gonna declutter everything. Have you guys ever seen that graphic that someone posts on social media where it's like you start to do your laundry and then you realize that you're out of blah blah blah, and then you have to go to the pantry and then you realize the pantry is disorganized and you go to the pantry and then you, right, like it's like this snowball. Like I totally do this. Okay, so I'm gonna give you top 3 tips for decluttering today, and then the rest of today is going to be on the hour every hour. You're going to do some work with a leader in this group. So super excited for you to do some decluttering today. But again, try not to do like too much, especially as you're getting started. If you're like a pro at this, like dive in, go for it. But if you're just getting started in kind of the decluttering process, this idea of decluttering your home, like give yourself lots of grace and time, and yeah, you'll be good. Okay, so for whatever reason, I am not even able to see comments right now. Can somebody throw me my phone? Anybody? Where is my phone in the office? Okay, Mr. Slate is grabbing the thing. Okay, I want to show you my clutter. Here it is. You ready? Oh, thanks, Bubba. He got it. Samuel got it. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Thank you. Okay. For whatever reason, Facebook is not showing me comments. So yes, now I can see comments. Okay, good. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Jenna. Your office. Good morning. Hi, guys. Okay, good. I'm going to throw this in front. Facebook on my computer. I don't know why it does that, but I cannot see comments. Hi, guys. Good. I can see your comments now. Okay, so I'm going to teach you. Clutter is a real thing. No shame. There's no shame in having clutter. I have lots of it sitting in front of me like right now. Do you see all this? So this is one thing, like the goal in decluttering is that you could go through a space in your home and literally tidy it up and clean it up in 5 minutes or less. So right now I have probably 2 areas in my home where I can do that, where it takes me 5 minutes or less to tidy and pick up and declutter, and tidy the space in 5 minutes. Literally, I can do that. Now, I will tell you that I have a lot of work to do still. So I've spent a lot of time with this, a lot of time working on this. We were in a moldy space for a season of time. And so when we left that moldy space and moved into this house, we had to let go of a lot of stuff, or we had to treat or wash a lot of stuff when we moved into this house. And I will tell you, at the time, it was absolutely devastating and heartbreaking. And now I look back on that season of time as one of the best gifts. What a gift that I was given to be able to learn to let go, and to learn how to really value the stuff that I do have in my home, and to treat my home differently and to organize my home differently. Okay, so here are your top 3 tips for decluttering. I have hired help. I have paid a lot of money, guys, to learn how to do this, and I'm gonna teach it to you for free. You ready? Okay, number 1 is letting go of guilt. And this was the biggest one for me because I'm very frugal. I like to save money. This is one reason that I really like Norwex and I love sharing Norwex, is because I feel like it saves people money. And that is a big value to me. I value that. Anyone else value saving money? Like, I'm very frugal. So if I've paid money for something, I'm like, I can't get rid of that. That represents money that I have paid, right? And the problem with that is that, think about this, if you are gonna move, and you've bought something. Let's just say you've bought this item, this thing, and you're gonna move, and the one thing that you've bought and you've paid money for is your U-Haul is too small. And so you have to go out and you have to buy a bigger U-Haul, right? Because you have too much stuff. So yes, you've spent money on that one item, but keeping it when you actually don't love it or you don't use it, you're paying to heat and cool it as well. Think about that. Like everything in your home, you're paying money to heat and cool it because it's energy, right? It's sitting here. It has to be a certain temperature because it's in my house. So I'm heating and cooling this item. Do I love it? Do I want to have it in my home? Do I want to keep it in my home, right? I mean, are you seeing what I'm saying? We're managing the things in our home, right? And so yes, I paid money for it, but do I want to continue to pay money for it because I'm heating and cooling it? Someday I'm going to have to move. Or Swedish death cleaning, my friends, have you heard of this? I mean, it's super depressing, but it's very eye-opening, right? I think Jenna Patterson's going to talk to you about that later today. But there literally is, like, someone else is going to have to manage your stuff for you someday, right? It is hard to let go, Sarah. It really is. Sorry, my comments are being silly again. Yep, absolutely. It's so hard to let go. Okay, so letting go of guilt is the first step in decluttering. Okay, so let me just find something here and give you an example. Okay, these are for Samuel. Samuel is supposed to be doing exercises. He had a tongue tie. He's working towards expanding his palate, opening his airway. We're doing a lot of myofunctional, like we're doing a lot of stuff with that. These are for him to do exercises. Is he doing them? No. Do I think he will use these? No. Do you know what's most effective is when I say to him, or I set an alarm and I say, hey, I need you to, he has to do his exercises where he holds his tongue in a certain spot to train his tongue, or to, I don't know if you guys have done myofunctional therapy, but I'm paying right now to heat and cool these, and these are in my pile of clutter. Like, they're in my pile of clutter. These flashcards, I paid for these. These were wonderful, but my kids don't use these anymore. Samuel doesn't use these anymore. But I'm holding on to them because just in case, like, what if this is my nature? I paid for them. What if I just need them someday? What if we need to use them on a car ride? What if he needs to refresh? And I'm like, when's the last time, we're going to get to questions, but like, when's the last time you used these? It's been 2 years at least. He's in 5th grade now. He doesn't use these. He doesn't use these anymore. So all that, like, let go of guilt. I know you paid money for it. I get it. And it's hopefully served its time and the money was well used, right? But it might be time for you to let it go so you can stop heating and cooling it, or worrying about getting a bigger U-Haul someday when you move. Or time is money, right? Spending your precious time moving this from spot to spot to spot and picking it up or finding a home for it. Sometimes I think this, like, I'm like, I paid money to get a container to hold stuff that I'm never going to use again. There's still, like, stuff in our garage that when we moved, we haven't touched it. I mean, right? Like, why did I pay money to buy a container to put it in there, to have it just sit in there? Like, why did I do that? Because of guilt, right? So let go of guilt. And then asking yourself and giving yourself permission, like, I know someone gifted it to you. I know they gave it to you, and they gave it to you in love or out of thoughtfulness, right? Like, somebody gave you a gift. Great. That was so kind of them, but that doesn't mean that you have to keep that thing or that item forever. I give you permission to let go of that item, even if someone gifted it to you, because it might not be worth keeping it in your home for your joy and for your sanity and for your decluttering process. You might have to let it go, and that's okay. That is okay. It doesn't mean that you don't love that person. It doesn't mean that you're trying to offend them. It just means that you're in a decluttering process and you're needing to let go of things in your home. Okay. Again, you pay to heat and cool these items, right? So let go of guilt. Like, we're still paying for it because we're heating and cooling it. So think about that. Like, do you really want to keep, is this a valuable item for you to keep? Do you want to keep it and pay to heat and cool it in your home? You have to manage every item in your home. They talk to you, right? Like, clean me up, pick me up, put me away. Do you want more voices in your home to continue to talk to you, right? It's very eye-opening. Okay. These are the questions you're going to ask as you declutter. And I may go through some of these items that are in front of me when I do this. So number one question, when did I use it last? If your answer is 10 years ago, you can let it go. You can let it go. And I get it. There's like these, what if I need it? Just in case, right? Especially if you grew up, like if you grew up in a home potentially without a lot of money where your needs might have been not met sometimes, this is like a big thing. What if I need it? What if I, right? You get kind of stuck in that kind of fight or flight, like panic trauma response. So ask yourself, when did I use it last? And just consider the option. Is it possible that I could let go of this and I would be okay? Or that I could get another one if I needed it sometime down the road? Okay. Question 2 leads us right into that. How hard would it be to replace? Okay, so for some things, it's really hard to replace them, right? Like you might want to hold on to it. You might. But if it's like something that you can easily go to a store and buy, you might be able to let it go and let go of that just in case. What if I need it someday? Okay, does it spark joy? Have you guys done the KonMari method? Marie Kondo does the KonMari method, and the KonMari method is you hold everything. Like you literally hold everything. Like let's find like what is in my clutter pile. Bless. Okay. This is a tassel to one of my Christmas pillows. It has been unattached from the pillow for probably 3 years. And every time I look at it, I think I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix it. It's staying in this pile. Gracie's like, I'll fix it. She should actually. So, right, I have not gotten into action. We're going to get to that. But it's the tassel on my pillow, my Christmas pillow that I have not fixed. And so I look at it and I'm like, right? Like I feel guilty. I feel like, why can't I get that done? Like it's almost like this fantasy self of myself. Like I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. So does it spark joy, or does it produce sadness, guilt, or regret? So there were a few items from my past, and I felt like I had to keep them. I had to keep them. They were a part of my past, but every time I looked at them, it brought up like sad memories or regret or guilt. And so this professional organizer from Charlotte came and helped me, and I was able to let go of a lot of those products because she's like, if you keep the past, you keep the past. And I was like, wow. And so I let go of so many items that gave me guilt or sadness or regret. Like if you hold the thing, like this is silly, but like if you hold the thing and you are like, this makes me feel really sad, and I have a lot of regret when I hold this item, you do not have to keep it in your house. Nobody got time to hold on to stuff that makes them feel bad or guilty or have bad memories. Am I right? Yes. So that is something that you can ask yourself as you go through the decluttering process. Does it spark joy? Or does it bring me guilt? Does it bring me regret? Does it bring me sadness? It might be time for you to let go of that item, because for someone else, if you donate it, it might bring them a lot of joy. And who might benefit from experiencing joy from your donation, right? Or from you letting go of that item, right? Okay, so those are your questions. Now we're gonna get, the last question is, could I buy it again? And we talked about that. How easy would it be to replace? But would I buy it again? That's another thing. Like ask yourself, would I buy this again? If it was gone from my life and then I saw it at the store, would I choose to spend money on it and buy it again? And if the answer is no, it might be time to let it go. Okay, now staying in action, this is the hardest one for me. Like I can do these parts, I've done my work, I've worked through my stuff, I can do these questions pretty well. But staying in action is my biggest issue, the biggest issue that I have. And that's why we're doing it together, my friends. So as you're listening to these tutorials today, stay in action. Actually work on things as you're listening. There's going to be paper clutter. Sherry's going to talk about paper clutter. Rachel's looking at your closet. Becky's looking at under your sink. Like go to those areas when you see that they're talking about that and work on it while they talk and while they share. It's so helpful to stay in action when you're doing things together. This is the idea of body doubling, especially if you deal with ADHD, me. It's so helpful to have someone with you working on it together, and you don't stop, because decluttering, guys, is exhausting. I hate it. Like it's so hard. It is so hard to do. It's emotional. It's so many choices and decisions to make. Like, okay, so like this is our wedding rehearsal slideshow pictures. Do I keep this? Where does it go? Where do I put it? Do I have a spot for this? Should it be like, it's so much, it can be very fatiguing and exhausting. So sometimes you need help, but staying in action is your biggest thing. Stay in action. Okay, so hire or ask for help. So in the past, I have hired help, and it was transformational. It was awesome. I stayed in action. I got so much done because someone was with me, helping me through the process. You can hire a professional. You could hire a teenager. You could hire a friend. You could pay someone, be like, I'll give you $50 if you come over to my house and help me finish decluttering this room, right? Or just have a friend. Have a friend come and help you. Have a kid come and help you, right? Like, hire for help, and then what you're gonna do is your main thing when you ask for this help is you're sorting like with like. And that's an easy, simple decluttering strategy that you can use. And that's the main one that this professional organizer, when she came, she had us pull everything out and sort like with like, because then you can categorize things. And the idea at the end of your decluttering is that everything in your space has a home. Everything in your home needs a home. And usually we use containers to create that. Okay, so look at my IKEA over there. See that? So I have containers. And IKEA, if you guys have not been to IKEA, you can shop online at IKEA. IKEA has super cheap bins. That is an IKEA calyx. It's a 4x4 calyx. Those are wicker baskets. And then I have magazine file folders that are the white magazine file folders. That's another training. Go to IKEA. Target has some good options too. Walmart has some good options too. You can find containers that are beautiful and similar, and you can create a beautiful space with them, but everything in your house needs a home. So you need to know, where are the batteries? The batteries can't be in 5 different spots. Your batteries need a home. They need a container and they need a home. So you're gonna find a drawer and you're gonna find a spot. And as I'm decluttering these things, like, okay, stickers. Where would stickers find their home? Well, right now I have a utility bin, and that's where, or a birthday bin. I'm gonna put them there. Right? So that's where I'm gonna go. So this is gonna be sorted like with like. I'm gonna put this here because that's gonna go in like an activity bin or a utility bin for the kids. Okay, now these are Legos that are Gracie's. These go upstairs. So I'm gonna put them in a pile over here that's gonna go upstairs. Now, the biggest thing about this as you're sorting like with like is if you're like, what is this? Why do we have this? What is this for? I'm probably gonna let this one go. This is something I'm going to throw away and let go. And I'm not going to say, what if I need it, just in case? Because how easy is it to replace a wooden dowel? Pretty easy. So I don't know what this is for. I don't know what this is to, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let it go. Let's see if there's another example here. Like this. What's this? It's like a piece to something. So this, I'm going to put this in the garage. I might not have a home for it right now, and that's okay, but I know that it belongs in the garage, not in my kitchen table. So this is going to go in my garage pile. I mean, you see what I'm doing? Cards. This is a card. This goes in my kids' memory bins. Memory bins are awesome because it's a container, and it shows you exactly year for year for year what each year of your kid's life and their top memories from it, and I will put cards. Yeah, oh, super cute. Like, I'll put this card in Gracie's memory bin. This is another one that's Samuel. This is a Samuel card. So we're gonna put this in the memory bin. So that's gonna go in a separate pile. I'm gonna sort like with like, and then at the end when I'm like, I don't know what this stuff is, like, what is this? Is this a piece to something? I don't even know. But obviously we haven't used it. I think this is like an old electronics of some kind. Well, it's not glued anymore. It's not working. Obviously they didn't need it. I can let go of this. I can put it in my throwaway pile. Now, here's the thing in staying in action. Don't let your throwaway pile get accidentally moved and picked up and put away. You need to throw it away immediately. And black trash bags are the best for this because you can't see back inside and then second guess yourself later. Like, this is the hardest part, is getting the stuff out of your house, into the trash, into the donation, right? Sometimes you can call places and they'll come pick up donations. That might be a good option for you, but stay in action. Don't go through and look at all this stuff and do all this work and all this time and then let it stay in the pile. Like, get the pile to its home and stay in action. Now, breaking it down into manageable parts. Like, sometimes you have to say, like, I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. I'm gonna work on this. And then at the bottom here, I said, earn your dopamine. If you know what I'm talking about, like, dopamine are those happy hormones, those happy, brain transmitters, neurotransmitters. You're gonna earn it, right? So you're gonna say, once I'm done with this declutter, I'm gonna go through all of this clutter, I'm gonna sort like with like, and I'm gonna put the things in the home, and I'm gonna have the kids help put the stuff away when I'm done. Then I get to blank. What do you get to do? Do you get to go on a walk? Do you get to I don't know, scroll on your phone for 5 minutes? Do you get to go outside and sit? Do you get to drink a cup of coffee? Like, what it would be, do you want to go sit in the bathtub? Like, what are you going to do to take care of yourself after you complete your action, right? Like, you get to reward yourself, earn your dopamine. Isn't that fun? Okay. The last couple of things I will say to you is, again, everything needs a home or a container in your home. So use that, and the container is the bad guy. So if the container is too full, that means you need to get rid of some of the stuff in the container, unless it's like, no, we absolutely need to keep this, then you need to get a different container, right? But use the container as like the bad guy, as the boundary. That's really helpful. Okay, music And then positivity and how it helps. So if you look at this pile of clutter and you're like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know what to do. Like, you're obviously going to be in just a negative headspace, right? We don't want you to do that. So play some positive music, have a friend come over, FaceTime with someone else while you're decluttering. Like, stay in the positive. You can play peppy music. That always helps me. Find ways to keep yourself positive. And again, you're going to break this down. You're going to work for 15 minutes, or you're going to go on a walk after you finish half of this pile, right? But stay in action, stay in positivity. And again, make sure once items are sorted like with like, that you act on that. You either throw them away, you actively put them in the donation box, and you put it in your car, right? Like, get it out of your house or put it in its home. But stay positive here. Watch your brain. Make sure you're staying in a place of like, I can do this. I know what to do. I'm going to get through this. Stay in that positive place and watch your thoughts so that you're not getting into a negative spiral, right? Or being down on yourself or telling yourself that you're bad at this. Like, we don't want you doing that. We want you staying in a positive place. Like, it is possible for me to learn to declutter. You can learn to declutter. I am the wonderful example of that. Like, I'm a very cluttered person. I'm not very organized naturally. You can learn to declutter. You guys should see my office right now. It needs some love. Okay, that is what I have for you today. Comment below. Make sure when you're commenting on all of the lives today, comment on all 6, and you will go into our grand prize drawing. We're actually giving away a Norwex mop system, or you can grab a household package, and those things are excellent for decreasing chemical cleaning clutter in your house or cleaning products in your house. It can significantly help you decrease those. Do you like that my Sharpie is my pointer? I need a pointer. Y'all, have a great day. I hope you have the best time. Come back at 10 in 30 minutes to see our next tutorial, and happy decluttering, y'all. Bye.